We have returned
We have
to the crime.
crime time.
Balrog's dying slowly before my eyes.
I am melting into a puddle with my own sleepiness.
Don't be sleepy. You can't be sleepy.
I know. I'm the color commentary here.
This is,
Oh, you
this
beat
is the
up
worst time
Japanese
to be
men.
sleepy. But tell us why you're sleepy.
Oh, I'm sleepy because I've not gotten a lot of sleep this last week because crazy, stupid shit keeps happening to me and my family.
Please tell us all.
So it all started on Tuesday morning at 1:45 in the morning. I had a very terrible sensation in my ear.
Now describe terrible. Like pain or like weird?
Weird. It was enough to wake me up out of a dead sleep.
Okay.
And I just assumed, because it was a feeling that was not there before, a bug had crawled into my ear, but I thought it was a spider.
Which, I mean, would probably give you the same sensation at that point, but...
So I actually bolted upright out of bed and, like, started to, like, wiggle my ear and, like, try to, like, knock something out.
Try to get in there.
Then it started moving around in my ear immediately after that. And it's one of the strangest sensations to have something rattling around in your head. Just wiggling around.
That you know is moving.
Because it wasn't ticklish, it wasn't painful, and I was hyper aware of there being a thing in my ear. So it was just hard to block it out of my mind. But I didn't... I was remarkably calm the entire time. But when I woke Diana up, I was like, hey Diana, buddy,
old pal.
you should wake up because I think there's a thing in my ear. I was like, can you take a look in the bathroom and maybe try to help me flush it out? So she stands up about as quickly as I did, only she almost passed out because her blood pressure didn't acclimate quickly enough, so she turned sheet white and said she felt like vomiting for the first, like, half an hour of the day.
Oh.
So we were home less than 5 minutes before we got dressed and went to the ER down the road from our house.
Wait, down the road?
Well, in Palmer, it's like less than 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, that's convenient, I guess.
But I will tell you, I was in that ER waiting room for 5 hours.
Serious?
Yes. Because apparently...
So, you were there until like 7 in the morning?
I didn't get out of the whole place until 8 a.m.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible. I hate the hospital.
Unfortunately, they were fucking stuffed to the brim.
I mean, there's probably a lot of people who at like weird hours in the morning, like, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll go to the hospital. And then just waste their fucking time with like things that aren't problems.
Yeah, I mean, there were... Well, there's something about that to mention afterward. So, the entire time we're sitting there, didn't have to fill out any paperwork. I was trying to keep myself distracted on my wife's phone, because my phone I left at home because I forgot it in my rush.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Seeing as how I had a living creature
had a bug
inside
in
of
your
my
ear.
head. So every, like, 15, 20 minutes or so, I could just feel it moving around. And then it would, like, get frustrated and, like, start scratching. So, and, you know, after about 3.5 hours, I got seen by the, like, the intake nurse, I guess is what you'd call them. They, like, took my vitals and asked me about my medical history and everything. And they're like, so how would you describe the pain, like, on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the most excruciating pain you've ever been in your life. And I was like, well, it's about a 3. Like, it hurt, but it wasn't unmanageable.
You weren't like doubled over in agony or something.
So, around, like, 6:30, 7 a.m., I finally get into a room. Like, in the actual ER. Like, I was just in the waiting room the entire time. And, like...
And I assume it's impossible for you to have napped during this because, you know, you have a creepy crawl in your ear.
Correct.
Okay?
Like, more correct than you'll know. And, you know, they were right. Like, almost all of the ER rooms were full up with, like, people laid up. There were people on gurneys, like, in the hallway
Just so full of people.
Yeah.
Just nowhere to put them.
And so at around this time is when the bug in my ear started getting more active and more pissed off because the pain went from a 2 or a 3 to like a 6.
Okay, so it did eventually become pain.
Oh yeah, because that fucker was angry. So then, after a little while, like I had to do some more paperwork, and then the doctor around like 7:30 in the morning came in to help me out, and he like looks in my ear with one of the scopes, and he's like, "Yep, that's a bug in your ear." And he's like, "All right, let's try getting it out." So lay down, and like he gets out a big set of tweezers, and he just goes in, and then like he's digging around to try and grab it. Meanwhile, the bug is struggling, which is then causing me pain. So he's like, "All right, hold on, let's put some lidocaine in that ear to numb it." So here I am with like liquid being poured into my ear.
Oh, that's weird.
I hate having like anything in my ears.
So do you hate like going to the beach, like water in your ears too, or?
Yes, like that's one reason why I don't like swimming is I hate having water in my ears and like up my nose and in my eyes. But anyway, but this bug's ass is so fat, the lidocaine does not reach the area where the bug is scratching. So when he goes and reaches in again, he's like trying to grab it, but he's also inadvertently pushing it into my eardrum, which is causing the bug to then struggle against my eardrum. And he's like, "All right, well, that's not working, so let's try this. Let's put a whole shitload of lidocaine in your ear, and then I'll be back in like 20 minutes and see what happens." So I don't see that doctor again, mind you.
Okay, someone else.
Some other doctor comes in with a completely different nurse after 20 minutes.
I feel like there's got to be a better way to like. Couldn't you put in like a swab of some kind with something super sticky, so that you could nab him without having to grab him, and then just like some sort of crazy adhesive, just be like plonk, got him. And then
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, so maybe that's a bad idea, but
all I know is that bug drowned in my ear. I had something die in my head.
They just put so much in there to just...
Yeah, they just covered it.
Either it would figure it out and leave or die, and then they can get him out.
Yep, because like my wife at that point had like been checking on my ear every couple of minutes, and then she like looked in and she was like, "Well, looks like it's slowly floating to the surface." And then the new doctor came in and he's like, "Well, let's see what we got here." And like he had a nurse like pull back the little triangle part of my ear here, and then it was just in and out. Like,
now you just pull him out. Yeah, because he's not doing anything now.
Yeah, because he's fucking dead. So then he like flops it on the bed, and he's like, "You know what? I need to take a picture of this because this is like the biggest bug I've ever pulled out of somebody."
Congratulations, you had the biggest.
And he's like,
he's like,
"I'm mostly just doing this so I can show my kids." So like Diana pulled out a coin, and
kids got to go, "Oh, gross, big bug in the man's ear." That man was you.
Yep. I get to be somebody's funny story. Like looking back, this is kind of an amusing story to tell people.
Oh, I'm sure at the time it was fucking horrible.
Oh, it was.
You just sat there for like 5 hours doing nothing except dealing with the
and trying to ignore the living thing in my head.
That you could not because it was going scratch, 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 scratch.
Yes.
Because it couldn't just
back out.
Have turned around.
Because its ass was too fat. But yeah, the doctor ended up like Diana gave him a coin to put on the bed next to the bug for like for scale.
Mm-hmm. Do we know what kind of bug it was? Just like
yes, it is called a click beetle.
Okay.
They're black. They are long, and they're mostly harmless.
Except when they're in your ear.
Yes. But yeah, this for reference. The thing was about the length of a quarter. And about like a quarter to a third the width of a quarter. And that's with it all like curled up and dead. But when it was alive, like it had legs, and it was probably just like, nope, I'm hanging on. That's it. That's it. I'm done. So, as a trauma reward for myself, I had McDonald's for the first time in like a decade.
I like McDonald's, but I only get it once every like multiple months, and then I'll like cave and get some nugs or something.
Well, I got a...
Oh shit, we gotta fight these guys.
I got a sausage biscuit sandwich and a hash brown.
The breakfasts are decent. So Kiryu's like went to apologize for starting this bar fight, and he's like, I got to deal with these guys, don't help me.
I see.
And they're like, you gotta stay here and do what he says. So that sounds like fun.
Oh god. So, my wife went to work super tired. I called out of my first job for the day because...
You had to not sleep.
Because I ended up getting out of the ER an hour after my shift started. I mean, I called out at like 6:30 in the morning, and my boss ended up calling me, and he was like, holy shit, are you okay? Are you gonna be fine? Like, that was one of the first things he said to me on the phone. Like, he was like, holy shit, are you fucking serious? You had a bug in your head? And he was like, no, I totally understand. You don't have... No, don't worry about it. We'll handle it.
Wow, these guys are tough. Jesus Christ.
Man, kind of wish their friend was as tough as they are.
They are aggressive as fuck, Jesus.
And then...
Oh god.
So, I mean, there's no real, like, special or funny anecdote about it. I had a living thing in my head. And
you had a giant bug in your ear and it sucked.
And it died in my head. My head is now a graveyard.
It's true.
Oh no, they have heat actions too! Oh, he doesn't like getting smacked around with a stool.
I noticed that the extreme heat mode has the same properties that beast mode does in the other ones, where it automatically picks up weapons nearby.
I see.
Which is kind of neat.
But yeah, yesterday, the real reason why I'm so tired today...
Oh, I got a big treat.
Nope.
Oh no, it broke.
You punched it out of your hand. So I had a double work day yesterday, which, you know, normally at this point I'm used to. However, my sister-in-law Shannon, which she's been on the show before, if you eagle-eared watchers out there have been paying attention, she got into a car accident while going to pick up my mother-in-law. She was on the Mass Pike, which is notoriously shitty, especially out west of Sturbridge, because it goes from like 3 and 4 lanes down to 2. So she was driving, and a flock of geese is going across the road. Now, one thing you're never supposed to do on the highway. 1, swerve to avoid wildlife. That's a no-no.
That's bad.
2, you're never supposed to stop on the highway for any reason unless you can go into the breakdown lane. And number 3, try not to hit whatever's in the road.
Don't hit things.
Don't hit things.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do a hit.
Don't do a hit. That's very different.
So, my sister-in-law slows down as much as she possibly can to let this crowd of Canadian geese do their thing and cross
Would you
the
call
road.
it a gaggle?
Yes, I would call it a gaggle of geese. A geese of gaggles. But, so they do their thing. She starts speeding back up to highway speeds. And she gets slammed into by a tractor-trailer truck from behind. Because that dumb motherfucker was following her too close. And he had no time to react to her slowing down.
They should sue him and his company super hard.
They're probably going to get in a lot of trouble. Because if she had hit the geese, she probably would have caused an accident. Probably getting severely injured because geese are fucking huge, and the car that she was in was super tiny.
It was not.
So she probably would have had
Yeah,
all men are.
You can't just like plow into animals because they're more dense than they look.
And yeah, it would have damaged the front of the car and probably it might not have stopped the car, but it would have fucked up the front end and probably caused her to swerve and, you know, bird guts and feathers everywhere. Swerving also would have been dangerous because there were people next to her.
You can't swerve when there's people, yeah.
So let me. I know you at home are not going to be seeing this, but just look up what a Mazda 2 looks like. Now for Damon, I'm going to be showing him what a Mazda 2 looks
So
like.
Kira's like, shut the fuck up, children. I'm helping you so that you guys stop lying to me and tell me what I want to know. Kira's too real for them. We need to help Matsunaga. He's back at the office. We need to eat more food because we took a lot of damage there.
So that's a Mazda 2. That's a cute little car.
Oh,
That's
I saw the after picture, but now I have seen the before picture.
It's a cute little car. It's about the same size as a Prius, or maybe a little smaller. It's like a glorified smart car.
Could you imagine a guy who shows up to your restaurant and is like, "I'll take half your menu,"
Excuse me.
and then his cuts just like Kratos when he gets his healing. Oh, we got some bonus for eating like a whole set. That's neat. Oh, now we're drunk.
Ooh.
We've got 2 counts of booze. Oh yeah, weren't we working on a sub-story?
Several.
Well, I think this one, how do I get back to the street? Which one is this one? Don't know. Man, there's some thugs coming up.
But yeah, the only part of the vehicle that seemed to be unmangled was the driver's side of the passenger compartment. Everything else got royally fucked up. So we were up for a while, like, de-stressing about that, and like, because now because that's not my sister-in-law Shannon's car, that's her sister's car that got fucked up.
Right. And a lot of that stuff can depend on who...
Well, I think she is an authorized...
Driver, yeah, like driver and owner can sometimes cause weird stuff. But it sounds like she's not at fault anyway, so I don't think anything would happen.
Yeah.
Which sub-story were you? Oh, right. The girl who got set up by her boyfriend and her agent.
Yep.
The one who wanted to be an idol. I have a funny story about someone who was selling stuff at work the other day.
Oh, boy.
It was the most confusing and irritating... Oh, what should I say? She's sad. She don't know if she should be an idol. She should be a track star instead, because she ran so fast.
Yeah, do that one.
Whether you're a couple
Wow,
that likes
whoa.
movies, have kids.
Oh man, your phone's exploding.
Alright.
Damn girl, you fast.
陸上選手なら恋愛したって許されるしな。
バカ。
That's not what that meant. She just called him an idiot.
So yeah, there was this dude. I almost blew my top. So I think he was trying to like trick me and be like, oh, but you said this kind of thing. Except he did it bad.
Okay,
So
okay, set the scene for me here.
So he's selling. He's got like a little like game case holder thing for DS games.
Yep.
It's got like 10 games in it. Only 2 of them were good ones that I wanted, like Mario Kart and Pokemon Heart Gold.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, I want these 2. $5 for Mario Kart, $20 for Heart Gold, 25 cash, 38 store credits. Like, what's wrong with the other ones? I'm like, oh, they're just not really worth anything. It's just nothing we need. And then he's like, he does this like weird face thing. He's like this like Guido guy with like big shades on.
Oh boy.
And like, what's the matter? What's the problem? He's like, oh, well, those are of course the 2 I didn't want to trade. I'm like, well,
Then why were they in the case?
A, why are they in there? And B, people want those games, so I want those games. And he's like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. I thought it'd be more. I'm like, no, we pay about half we're going to sell it for. So this one I put at 10, this one I put at 40. He's like, well, why can't you give me 10 for that one? Because then we make the $0.
And that's not how, we're not a charity here.
And then he like, at first he's like going to pass on the whole thing. I'm like, alright, whatever. So I just put him back in and he thinks about it. He's like, how much was it again? I'm like, 25. And he does the face thing. I'm like, what the fuck's your problem now? He's like, you said 40 like 2 seconds ago. And I ripped me off. Like, no.
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 I said Heart Gold would
I
sell
opened this
for
thing
40.
up. I'm like, 25, 38. My coworker is literally standing 2 feet next to me, and then he thinks for a second. He's like, "Okay, yeah, that's cool. I'll go get my plate number." And he was like, "I'm like, are you sure? Because it wasn't cool like 2 seconds ago." I was like, "You can keep it if you want them. I don't care." And he's like, "No, it's cool. I'll go get my info." I'm like, "What?"
That guy's on drugs.
Fucking, or he was like actually trying to like do a hustle, except really bad.
And he was
When
like,
my
"Oh,
when my
damn."
other employees are like literally standing next to me,
I mean, he was probably just like, ah, damn. Well,
and they were very proud that I didn't explode because I was like about to freak out.
you were like,
I was like really about to just kill him.
I mean, have you exploded on dumb shits like that before?
No.
But your coworkers know you well enough to know that you can
have
get
no
kind of
patience.
volatile.
I usually just get a supervisor if I think something's escalating because I'm not one, and so if someone needs to get kicked out or just told to fuck off, it's
like,
it's their place to do it, not mine usually.
That's not Damon's problem anymore.
And then the other magic guy Nate was telling me about recently. There's this kid. I think he's on the spectrum in some way. He's this like Asian kid,
Yep.
and he just comes in and hangs around for hours and doesn't stop talking and doesn't buy anything. And he plays Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh no.
And he asks people, like us and random customers, like what he should buy. He's like, do you think I should buy this? I don't know if I want these packs or this packs. What should I buy? It's like, I don't know, dude. Get out of here. And so at one point, I guess like within the last week or so, he was trying to sell some Yu-Gi-Oh cards to Nate. And they like made him the offer. It's like, oh, I'll give you like $10 for this one. That's really the only one I want. He's like, what do you mean? The other guy said, give me 25 for it. Like, well, I highly doubt that. That's my offer. I like, well, I feel like you're ripping me off.
Well,
Like,
if you don't like it, then
no,
leave.
yeah, that's the thing. He's like, if you don't want to sell it, just hang on to it. He's like, oh, but I don't know. I want to sell it. Okay. But I think you're ripping me off. Then don't sell it. Here you go. Then don't sell it. It's like, no, I do want to sell it.
But
I don't like the deal. Like, then don't take the deal. Don't call us thieves. And then I guess Nate got so fed up, he said, oh, here you go. And then just, like, had to walk him out the hallway to get him to leave because he wouldn't stop.
Wow. It's rough living in a city.
At one point, this kid came in unrelated to this, and he's like, if I just brought in my Yu-Gi-Oh collection, could I just, like, show you guys? I'm really proud of it. It's like, no! We have work to do! And I don't know what makes any of it cool anyway. Holy shit, what's he doing to this guy? This is new. Oh!
What? That man can't have children anymore. I mean, he probably has a crushed pelvis now. That's gonna be years of physical therapy. And he's never gonna be the same.
Swing your sword again. I had a prompt. I want to see it. Ah, fuck it.
Oh hey, broken pelvis guy is struggling to get up. Oh, there he goes. Hong Kong.
Stand up so I can kill you.
Wow! That man is extra
He is
dead.
so dead.
Kiryu has never
Clear,
killed.
defend yourself. I defended the shit out of myself.
You defended yourself with murder.
So yeah, that kid's kind of a hassle. He's in constantly, he just does that. We get a lot of people like that, where they're like, that is a dead end. Where they're not like bad, like they're not causing problems.
They're just annoying
on
to have around.
the spectrum in some way, and very, very annoying. And there was one morning this past week where 2 of our full-timers were on vacation, where it was basically just me up front, and like 3 of the like more well-known ones were in there at the same time.
Did they all just come in as one posse?
My coworkers were surprised I didn't like put a bullet in my head.
Damon, where'd you get a gun? Since when was that under the counter?
Well, I got this attack boosting lemon drink. There's one guy. What he does is he buys a game, and then if he gets stuck on it like at all or dies a couple times, he's like, "No, I don't like this game. It's not for me," and brings it back and resells it to us
For less.
sometimes the same day. Usually it's the next day or day after, but he's been in same day before. And like we don't give him full exchange because we're not a Blockbuster, so he gets partial back, puts towards other stuff, and keeps going. And so like we make money every time he does this. But he also comes in like wants you to look up game reviews for him and Google
And
this.
he probably
and Google
bitches
that.
up a storm about how hard and terrible that last game was.
And then he wants you to like open up all the cases so you can read all the manuals because he thinks that'll tell him if he might like the game or not.
That's
Literally every other day at best. Sometimes he comes in like, if it'll come in the morning, sometimes it'll be in like that night.
man. I fucking feel bad whenever I'm in that store for like half an hour.
It's like, man, just like find out a different hobby then if games are clearly not for you.
繰り返してやる
Like I like going in there and looking around, but man, I feel
死
fucking
にたくねえやつ
awful
は
for
道
being
を
in
開
there
け
for
ろ
half an hour just poking around and like I haven't looked at comics in a while. Let's see if there's anything that catches my eye. Nope, not today.
Speaking of comics, I got new ones to throw at you.
Cool.
Super Sons.
Super Sons.
And now we have to fight this guy again to save our new friends.
Aw.
時間切れだ
Lately, there's this one guy who's been coming into my...
Oh man, does my attack boosting lemon drink carry over here? That'd be sweet. Yeah, it
Sure
does.
does.
Fucking awesome.
But, there's this guy who comes into my work sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. My gas station job, not grocery store.
Yeah.
Most of the grocery store people, even if they come in multiple times a day, are actually pretty good. But no, this guy...
I mean, sometimes, yeah, people could, like, just forget to buy something. Like, oh, shit, you can go back and get something.
But, like, this guy... His name is Randy, number 1.
Okay.
And he's this old fucking, like, neck beard. I mean, he probably, like, isn't a traditional neck beard, but he, like, sells antiques and stuff, and he always complains about everything every time he's in the store.
Like, prices and availability and stuff he's looking for, or...
Oh, no, he complains about
Just
how
random
shitty
shit.
our gas is and how he gets better gas mileage from gas at other places in the area, and he's like, I don't even know why I still buy this fucking shit. And he just hangs around, and he talks to you, even after he's done. But of course, we can't tell him, hey Randy, go the fuck home!
no! Oh no! Oh, they teamed up.
Aw,
Oh shit.
that's...
And then the Ragdolls got a little weird.
But it's like, we can't be like, hey Randy, go the
off.
fuck home.
I mean, he probably could.
I mean, if he does it again, next time I will.
Ooh, what do I do to him with these things? Do I have enough heat? No.
Nope.